Back in, Fitz the Bill rolling along here on this Wednesday, August 20th morning, and we are keeping it going with our 804 high school football Talk of the Town previews. Joined now Marcus Lewis, head football coach at Varina. Marcus, appreciate you taking some time out of your morning to swing by the studio and talk a little bit about the Blue Devils.
No problem. I'm just, blessed to be here. Blessed for the opportunity.
Yeah, so just kind of right off the jump, how's the team looking? How are the vibes around the Blue Devils going into 2025?
The team is looking good. I feel that we are ahead from where we was at last year. Competition every day. First day of school was Monday, so normally that Monday practice is awful, but we had a great Monday. So we loving where we at as a coaching staff and, as our student athletes.
So coming out of camp, books closed on the camp, going into now, I guess, preparation now. It's kind of game week almost. You got William Fleming at their place. How is that transition going from camp into kind of game week, I guess you could say?
Just like you said, preparation. Kind of looking at some of the film from last year. We haven't, have any film yet because they got one more scrimmage game. So just kind of seeing who returning, looking at the roster, kind of seeing, matchups and things like that, what they did last year. So just getting our kids' mindset right for the season. It's a long season, trying to stay healthy, trying to make sure that we recover, just taking care of our bodies.
So you guys have had 2 scrimmages already, right?
Yes, sir.
How'd those scrimmages go? How'd you like the team looking in those scrimmages?
It went good. The first one was more like a practice with Bird, so we didn't, do too much. Second one was Ward. I know that was their first scrimmage. But as far as from what we wanted to see from our team, just flying around, doing their job, communicating, we saw everything that we wanted. We set out a couple of guys just trying to make sure that they was healthy for the season. But right now, everybody's healthy and looking forward to next week.
Awesome. Marcus Lewis, head football coach at Varina, joining us on this Wednesday morning. Coach, when you look at this roster, I think you guys, Sir Paul, he's committed to West Virginia. Damari Carter, he's gone UVA. Jay Sean Richardson, UVA, and then a bunch of other guys have committed to other Division I, Division II programs. Like, what is the talent level on this roster compared to past years?
It's a lot of talent. It's probably more than than I've been a part of, especially being a head coach. So practice is intense. So we try to treat practice like a game, and everything is game reps. So some of the matchups at practice we won't see that in the game. So our practice should be harder than a Friday or a Saturday.
So looking at it, how's the team feeling going into William Fleming, open up your season at their place? Kind of a little bit of a newer team on your schedule, right?
Yeah, it's first time that that I'm aware that we played them. So getting used to traveling. It's a 3-hour ride. So that prep us for some of the games down the line or state championship or whatever the case may be. The guys are ready. We got some great leaders. Braylon Hood, Jaden Walker, Jay Sean Richardson, Baskerville. So they're ready.
You also got Maury then right after that.
Yes,
that's a pretty big matchup. The 804 with 7-5. Like, how did that game come onto the schedule? And then, you mentioned a little bit, William Fleming, you're doing it for the 3-hour bus ride, and you're preparing them for these games that you'll have down the road in the playoffs. How important is it to get a team like Maury on your schedule?
Oh, very important. I look at Maury. They one of the best teams in the state of Virginia. Why not play them? We want to make sure that, we want to get battle tested before the playoffs. And we know that's what we're going to get with Maury. They haven't lost a game in 3 years, so we know exactly, what the atmosphere will be, what they're going to bring, the talent that they got on the field. They got several Division I players. They got a great coaching staff. So them the type of games that we're trying to schedule with our regular season.
So I know as a coach, you're focused fully on William Fleming, but let's take a little peek to Maury. What is it going to take to start this season off 2-0 and go into their place? First go into William and Fleming's place and do what you need to do there, and then bring Maury into your place and get a win.
Just everybody locked in and focused. Playing for 4 quarters. Gotta be physical. Gotta block out all the noise. We know they go chirp. We probably chirp as well, but just trying to make sure that the kids keep the main thing, and block out all the noise and just play around the football at the end of the day. Got to be able to control the clock, control the ball. What they do on offense, they can score anytime with the athletes that they got. So if we eliminate that and control the ball and be able to run the football, we got a great chance of beating anybody.
Marcus Lewis, head football coach at Varina High School, joining us on this Wednesday morning. Coach, you mentioned him earlier, but Baskerville, your left tackle, an experienced guy. I think he's been starting since his freshman season with you all.
Yes, sir.
How important is it to have your offensive line anchored by a guy with that much experience and that much talent?
Very important. This he dealt with some injuries early in the season, a couple of years ago. Just the leadership, because we got a bunch of other guys that that played that's beside them, but they juniors. We got a sophomore right tackle that's gonna be amazing. So him showing that leadership and what it takes to be a Varina Blue Devil and what a playoff run look like, I mean, it's great for them.
So kind of the talk around high school football in the area is Varina is the team to beat. You guys get to the Class 4A state title game, fall unfortunately to Phoebus, but the expectations are high around you all. How do you deal with such high expectations going into the season?
One, we try to not mention state championship, even though that's the goal. Just trying to get better each and every day. So that's our focus right now. Every day, are we stacking days? Are we getting better? Are we competing? Are we giving out everything that we got at practice? Because if we do that at practice, we'll see it on Fridays.
So I know you say don't talk about state championship, but looking back to last season's game against Phoebus, does that provide kind of an unspoken motivation for the team going into this year?
I mean, I know it does for us as a coaching staff. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure the players want to get back there. But it's not an easy road. Like, people think it's just easy to get there. You can't look ahead. You got to focus on now and who you got, because it's 1 week at a time, 1 day at a time. But, I mean, that's the goal. I mean, anything other than that, we feel like that, we failed. And that's the standard you want at your school or your program.
Was there anything that you guys went into this offseason specifically going, we need to fix this, we want to improve on that?
Just being able to, like I said, run the football. We're getting the guys that we got to come in, and our OC is doing a great job from a scrimmage standpoint, giving everybody the ball. So when you do that, it's kind of hard for anybody to kind of game plan for you. You know what I mean? From a defense perspective, just flying around, I feel like we did a great job last year on defense as well. Just flying around. We got some younger guys that's starting now that didn't start. We got 2 DNs that I think will be great players. They juniors. They fly around. So just really just focusing on us at the end of the day.
You keep mentioning the running game, and you guys have one of the more stacked running back rooms, it seems like, in the area. Can you kind of just talk a little bit about having that much speed, that much talent in your running back room?
It's a blessing. I mean, when you look at most of the teams that win the state championship or go take them long runs in the playoffs, you got to be able to run the football. It's cold. Most of these kids don't want to catch the ball. But these running backs can play other positions. So we're going to move them around. We're going to make sure that we can find a way to give them the ball. But they all just complement each other. They all do something different. Sir Paul is a very explosive guy, along with the other guys, but they all just got something different that's unique about them. So, just being creative on just spreading the ball around. We still got Damari Carter and some of these other wide receivers as well. So, it's gonna be very interesting on how it go and how we look. I just can't wait till Friday.
Marcus Lewis, head football coach at Varina, joining us on this Wednesday morning. You mentioned it. You guys got a lot of talent on the offensive side of the ball. How do you make sure that all the mouths are fed and everyone's happy with the amount of times they're touching a football?
I mean, I just think with our OC, Robert Scott, Puka, he ain't new to this. So he, even from rec ball, he had a lot of talent. So he knows what to do. We're communicating, we're talking to him. So if you don't do your job, they know where they're gonna be at on the sideline. But it's a team effort. So far, we haven't had any of those issues. And that's all we keep on explaining to them. When your time comes, take the opportunity and run with it. The scrimmage game, we had several people, score or put the ball in the hand that was able to do some things. And to see the guys jump in and cheering their teammates on, that's the energy that we got, that we want.
And with everything, the most important position is that quarterback on the offensive side, because if you don't have a guy that can get the ball to the right place, it doesn't matter how much talent you have everywhere else. So how's that quarterback position looking for you guys heading into the year?
I was looking great. I mean, you're talking about him coming off a sophomore season and what he was able to do. This year, I think things are slowing up for him from just reading coverages and just knowing everything. It's a new offense that we are doing, but we got a great coach, a great QB coach that's talking to him, and we're on the board. They probably text already. We communicating throughout the day, all day. But Caleb is ready. He's a kid that's been prepared for these moments. I mean, he showed us last year. And, not only that, running the ball, he can run the ball and pass the ball. So, we're going to take what they give us and, and just go from there.
You mentioned a new offense. What's it going to look like this season?
A little bit of everything. You may see some spreads, some old Varina football tradition. So, like I said, it depends on matchups and who we playing and who we feel like we want to attack from both sides of the ball, whether it's offense or defense.
That sounds like it'd be an exciting offensive side. Looking at the defense, what can we expect out of the defensive side?
Physical. Running to the football. You know, we just preach turnovers. That's something that we do every day. We got two great leaders in the middle, Braylon Hood, Jaden Walker. You got Jason Richmond that's up front. So, you know, far as stopping the run, that's our goal. We just first stop the run and make people, you know, get into situations where we know what they're doing. So I mean, defense should be great.
How would you describe the identity of this team? Is it a more offensive team or is it going to be more of a defensive team, just based off of what you've seen so far?
Honestly, I think it's going to be balanced. I think we will complement each other based on what we do. So I'll say balance.
All right. That's a fair answer. I feel like there might be one that might be.
I mean, I'm a defensive guy. I'm the defensive coordinator.
So you're
as well.
trying to.
So I'm always say defense first, because defense, you gotta stop people to win games, but you also gotta score points. But I feel like going into this season, we're going to be balanced and we're going to complement each other. And, you know, same thing you see on defense, what you will see on offense. And that's flying around, being aggressive, you know, and just being physical.
You've said physical a couple of times, but kind of broader than that, or I guess more exact than that, is how would you describe your defensive style as the DC?
I would say physical, being aggressive, communicate. I mean, we blitz, but I really don't have to blitz when you got a front forward that can get to the quarterback. I don't have to do that a lot. But it's gonna be the same as the past several years. It's just us, kind of just doing multiple things, getting out of something if it ain't work. So make sure we prepare based on like what you're saying, seeing them more in some of these teams that we got to see.
So looking at William Fleming, going to their place, what is it, August 29th. It's the 29th. It's one of the Friday kickoffs with you guys. Mm-hmm. What do you want to see from your team in week one? First time you're stepping out onto the field in a game that matters. What do you want to see out of your team?
One, you're going into a place where you don't know none of the kids. First time playing, we going on the road, we going to somebody else's house, and when you taking some of these trips, whether it's Northern Virginia or 757, you got to go in there and start fast. So our goal is to start fast and really try to get the game over with early. And that's no knock on William Fleming. That's just what we want to do. So that's our goal. We trying to jump on them fast. Take the referees out and let's just play around football.
And kind of last question here before we wrap up: expectations overall for the team going into 2025.
I mean, state championship, of course. But like I said, it's winning every day. Winning every day, not only in football and in life, in the community, in school. Our goal is a 3.0, so we pushing that. We pushing grades, and it's pushing being, great young men. So that's what we're looking to do.
We're looking forward to seeing you guys ball out this season. Good luck at William Fleming. Good luck for the entire 2025 year. Marcus, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you.